it's Aubrey from Muttley Plans. I hope y'all have had a great day. Figured I'd start the video off today with a Chirps and Cheers haul. I got Tombow Fudenosuke white pins, and then I got this really cool washi tape from, I think it's a local artist, and a patriotic sticker. So, I am going to do a pin test for y'all, because I'd never seen these white Fudenosuke's used before, and so I'm going to assume the vast majority of people haven't either. So, what I did was I grabbed black cardstock, and I'm going to do a pin test on it for you because it's white, it won't show up on white paper. So, the pack came with two different pins. Both of them have white ink, but one's a soft tip and the other one's a hard tip. If you have bought the double pack of the black Fudenosuke's before, then you're pretty familiar with the two different tips. Anyway, both of them worked really well. As you can see, when you write with them, it kind of goes on clear, but as it dries, it turns white, which I thought was pretty cool. A little nerve-wracking when you're writing, but it always turned out pretty decent. So, pretty neat to watch it dry, and that's pretty much it for the pin testing. I'll let that dry there, and that way y'all can see all of the different strokes. I did also want to do an experiment with y'all with a black Tombow, but it was a little wet, so I did have to set it to the side and go ahead and start on my setup while it dried. I will revisit that later on in this plan with me. Flipping to the week that we're planning for, you'll notice that I had a little sticky note in there that said black and white. I decided to challenge myself by only allowing myself to use black and white items on this plan with me. And I'll be honest, it was definitely a challenge because I have a ton of different colorful everything, you know, stickers, washi tape, you name it, I got it. But I don't have a whole lot of just the classic black and white. And so this was definitely a challenge for me, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. This is probably one of my favorite setups that I've done. And I know I say that every week, so I hope every week keeps on being better and better. But I really did. I enjoyed how this turned out, and I enjoyed how it kind of made my gears turn on, hey, what if I did this? And really pulled my creativity out of me. Sometimes I feel like if I'm using a specific what is that? Sticker sheet? Oh dear, I've completely lost it. Anyway, but if I'm using a particular sticker sheet set, words are hard, but we can do it. I notice that sometimes it's almost like, okay, I just slap down stickers and then go on with my day. Whereas this really challenged me to think about what I was using, what I was putting down, stuff like that. Definitely not the type of brain power I want to use on my weekly plan every week, but I think it's definitely beneficial every now and then. So I have everything I have and use, I've had actually for 4 or 5 years, with the exception of those two little pieces of paper that are old advertisements. I actually got those a couple months ago from a pen pal. And so other than those, everything else, these are all pretty old stickers. And that was another reason for this challenge, is that I knew I had a ton of well, I say a ton. I had some black and white stickers that I never use because I'm like, no, I want to use all the color. And so they just kind of get pushed to the side. Um, and so this challenge made me use them. And I always enjoy getting to use stickers that I never get to use. So it was nice. This thin black washi tape with the gold foiled moons, I got 5 years ago off of Amazon. I couldn't tell you if they're still selling them or not. I would assume so, but can't tell you. Anyway, used that to mark in that 8 p.m. Time slot. If you've been around, then you know that I actually I have a set time, 8 p.m. every night. I call my mom and we chat. So that I decided to mark in with that thin piece of washi tape versus using a marker like I usually do to mark it in. I also felt like the 2 slips of paper, the advertisements, kind of looked a little bit naked by themselves in that corner. So I did get that big box, which again, I never really get to use those, and put that down as kind of like a little bit of a background to add a little bit of interest there. And I really enjoyed how it looked. Hindsight wise, maybe I could have put a little bit of deco in those 2 white strips that are kind of on the inside of the frame, but overall I was very happy with how that turned out. This black and white striped washi, again, I've had for years. Comes in handy. But yeah, I got to use that, which was pretty cool. That sticker in the top left-hand corner, I got out of an Agenda 52 book. I believe it's the Faith book. It's kind of like a rising sun. I really liked that. The only leeway that I gave myself color-wise for this was actually, allowing myself to use some gray. I don't think I really used a ton of gray, but there were some stickers that it was like, it's gray, it's close enough to black and white, we'll roll with it. And I'm glad that I allowed that for myself, because it actually allowed me to use stickers that made the whole thing look really cool. I used my Papermate Flare, I think it's the medium tip, just to draw in a few circles. I didn't have any black dots to put down really for my to-do list and then my YouTube checklist. So I decided, I would just use that. I really like those Papermate flares. If you're looking for a budget-friendly option that has saturated like colors and ink and stuff, that is definitely the way to go. So, like I said, this was kind of a challenge for me because I didn't like some of the stickers that I use on the regular, like my YouTube sticker from Brianne Nicole Designs, couldn't use it this week because it has color in it. So, I got a little crafty and I used that cardstock and that white Fudenosuke to draw my own YouTube sticker. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed getting to do that. You might see that occur more times now that I don't know, opened that part of, crafting in my planner up. I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed making that. I was kind of proud that it actually looked halfway decent. This washi tape is this white with black little dinosaurs. I know you can't really make them out very well, but that's what they are. I put that down. That is going to be marking in my time spent at work for the week. As we get further into the week, you will notice that I worked a ton this week up until Friday because I had Friday off. So work has been very wild and slightly chaotic. And so that's caused me to work longer than I would usually at work, which is fine because I actually was able to use my flex hours, which was phenomenal. I did try this little washi tape block. So I had a planned family getaway to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. It was me, my husband, my sister, my niece, my cousins, and my mother. And we all went to Broken Bow this weekend. It was a lot of fun. But I knew that I needed like to take up some space in that upper corner because I wouldn't really be using or planning a whole lot Saturday and Sunday. Then I proceeded to mark in, what happened on Monday. So I believe I was covering a game or something on Sunday, and so I didn't get to do my usual, setup and everything like I would usually do. So I actually did the whole setup and my planning on Monday instead of Sunday. So that's why you kind of see me bumping back between Monday and setup. The ink of the week that I used this week was Private Reserve's Infinity Black. I did use it in my brand new Jinhao tin. I am now an owner of one of those. I do give my thoughts on it in the little new pin day video that I did this past Wednesday. So if you want to hear my thoughts on it, absolutely go check that out. That video where you can kind of see a side-by-side comparison of two different Jinhaos, because my husband got a Jinhao and I got a Jinhao and they showed up on the same day. So it was pretty great. So these to-do headers, and I guess technically now that I'm thinking about it, I did go a little bit outside of the black and white because I guess it's black and white and gold. Maybe next time I'll do better. But I did also have some things with gold accents. It is so difficult to like have absolutely no color, and I think that's why this is a challenge. If you have not ever tried a black and white planner setup challenge, you should absolutely try it. It's more difficult than you think. But anyway, so those to-dos down at the bottom, I got, I think, in a random planner many years ago. Oh, and then back to what's going on the page. That is the end of my little experiment. It did not work out. As you can see, it did not turn white. It looks kind of like this opaque, clear, weird, I don't know. I didn't like it. So I wound up not doing any brush strokes with that white Fudenosuke on top. Which is fine. I think it still turned out to be a really good spread. Back over to the Monday column, I hand lettered in errands with my Jinhao tin. It is a fine tip, so I was really surprised how thickly it wrote, and so I did take advantage of that in doing the hand lettering with it. On Monday, I did get a nap in, which was phenomenal. If you're new, then you don't know, but I'm letting you know I'm a napper. I'm a huge fan of naps. If your body needs sleep, if you need rest, and you have the ability to take some rest, take some rest. So I did want to mark in that nap time, but the sticker that I chose was, it just didn't pop like I wanted it to. And so I decided to put it on some cardstock, buy the hand lettering, and then cut it out and use it kind of like a little box sticker, if you will. And I actually really enjoyed how it came together, honestly. I think it wound up looking pretty good and breaking up the Monday column pretty well, because I feel like when you're dealing with black and white solely, and a little bit of gold, I feel like it's really hard to draw some interest into it, or at least that's, again, just my feeling. And so it was nice to be able to have those like big black blobs, if you will, here and there, to break stuff up and really highlight stuff, because it's not like I can go over in a bright color to highlight, certain aspects. So that was really nice. And then I finished out Monday just relaxing and journaling, which was really nice because I was exhausted the rest of the week. If you've been around the last couple of weeks, since I started using this A5 Sterling ink, then you know anything below the 8 p.m. Is kind of dead space that I use to either mark in my to-dos that I did for the day, usually my top 3 things that I did for the day. And then my sidebar, I write in my main to-dos for the week, things that I really want to get done. And then that bottom half of the sidebar I use for my to-dos that are specifically for YouTube. So I do try to do about 2 videos per week, one on Sunday without fail, and then the other one I try to put either out on Wednesday or Thursday. Usually I wind up on Wednesdays, but every now and then it winds up on a Thursday. Then I decided that my weekend section with that Hello Weekend just was not working. And so I had the bright idea, hey, why don't I try to draw a banner? This is the first banner that I have ever drawn. And it's not perfect, but it's better than I expected from myself. So maybe I need to like believe in myself a little bit more. I pretty much, if you look to the left, cheated a little bit and like went off of that Happy Moments sticker that has the banner. It's not exactly symmetrical and stuff, but honestly, I thought it was halfway decent for my first time drawing a banner. So yeah, I was pretty happy with it, not gonna lie. I am now done patting myself on the back, but I did speed through this, but I did want to show you the whole process. Literally, I took that white marker, I drew down the banner, and then I wrote in Broken Bow, Oklahoma, because that's where we were. Yeah, I feel pretty safe telling y'all that because, well, we're not there anymore. Anyway, we did go on a great family trip to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. It was very enjoyable. The family rented this big, huge cabin. We went on a hike, and then we had pretty good pizza at a pizza place called the Grateful Head. And it was just a good time with family. My husband and I are definitely more of like, we want to just travel together without a big group. But overall, as far as group gatherings and group vacations go, it was pretty nice. It was very chill. So definitely enjoyed it. So I decided that that banner on top of the washi tape just was not going to work out for the effect that I wanted. I felt like it kind of got really busy really fast. So took that off and decided, hey, this banner looks great with nothing by itself. So I slapped on some of that double-sided tape and plopped it on there, and I was pretty happy about it. Yeah. I will say I need to get some of those like little tape runner things that I see some people using. I've had them before, they work really well. They just don't last long. But I probably should get those. Anywho, on to the next day, which is Tuesday. Um, so Tuesday was a long day at work. I wound up working, I think about 10 hours. It was pretty long. I know some people like are probably thinking, wow, that's not long at all. My work day is usually 8 hours. I go in at 5-ish and then yeah, at 8 hours I'm done. So 10 is definitely very long. Oh, that's me checking because I was like, man, what's going on here? um, which I definitely go into why I did that whole situation. But basically, in my video from Wednesday, but basically the nib on my Jinhao does not stick out very long, like very far. like my husband's does. And so it's very weird. And I compare them side by side in that video. So, but that's why I was like looking at my pin kind of weird. Anywho, so I decided to get a little bit more artsy, but not really. I don't have any black like boxes. I don't think hardly anybody in the planner community does, because you want to see what you write on it and you can't usually. So I went ahead and made my own little black boxes, and so I just took that cardstock, I measured it out, and then I wrote what I wanted to write in it. And at this point, it is a mystery to both you and me what I write on this particular piece of cardstock. So we will find out together, because I filmed this on Tuesday and I am talking about this on Sunday right before I post it. So let's see. What do I write? Oh, yeah. So basically, I write rest and relax. um, if I wanted to be very professional about this whole voiceover and everything, I would absolutely have my completed planner in front of me. That way I can talk to y'all about it intelligently, but I'm just not that put together today, guys. So, um, anyway, I did. On Tuesday, I rested and I relaxed. Work was very stressful this week. There were definitely valid reasons why I had to stay late. Um, and so honestly, you'll see it's kind of a pattern. And I know I usually, on my plan with me as I put in, yeah, I rested and I relaxed and stuff like that. Um, but like this whole week, I think I came home and like I didn't want to people or anything. I just like I crashed and I like zoned out with YouTube videos and whatnot. Um, but on Tuesday we were supposed to have group, which wound up, I believe, getting canceled, but I don't remember if I took that sticker up. I should probably go look. Um, because, life was lifing for everybody this week, I think, which it turned out to be a pretty good blessing, that we didn't have anything Tuesday, because I was stressed and exhausted. On Tuesday, also, my husband had to drive into OKC and pick his father up from the airport to take to like his aunt's in OKC, and so he was gone all day. And weird, like that weird couple, I don't mind saying, where we want to be with each other all the time, like just sharing the same space, not necessarily interacting. Um, and so it was really weird. Like I got home and he wasn't there. And so that was kind of unfortunate. But we made it past it. We wound up not doing our Tuesday group. And I guess I actually wound up not doing anything on Tuesday, um, other than resting and relaxing, because as you can tell in this clip, I am going through and marking this up on a Wednesday. So. And I decided on this day. So on Wednesday, I had a very late meeting for work. And so I decided that that was what I wanted to highlight for that day, because that meeting, when I tell you I was so stressed about it, I was very stressed to the point where like all day at work while I was like when I did patient care, when I was doing my notes and stuff, I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to this meeting. But I'm happy to report, hindsight being what it is, that the meeting was actually very productive, very beneficial, and I actually was very grateful to have that whole meeting. It was fantastic. So, um, but anyway, either way, I was super stressed until the meeting on Wednesday, and that may have been why I didn't do anything on Tuesday except for like try and zone out. So I did pull in those gray dots. Like I said, I don't really have any black dots, but I did have some gray ones, so I pulled those in. Um, and yeah, it was about the time of Wednesday that me and my husband found this wonderful show called The Pit. Um, it is fantastic. If you do not have a weak stomach, then you're gonna love it. It shows ER as close as you can to ER life, according to my husband, because he's like, I don't know, he used to work in an ER. Um, and stuff, and it was really, it's really a great show. I think we found it last week, but we finally sat down and binged it again on Wednesday, and I was here for it because Thursdays are when the new ones drop, and I was, oof. Yes, it's the writers of that show are, they're awesome. Like, it is not Grey's Anatomy, and I appreciate that. Grey's Anatomy was good for its other reasons. Grey's Anatomy was kind of like a soap opera of sorts with like a heavy medical side. The Pit is like, yeah, it's all there, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. So again, if you don't have a weak stomach, you should absolutely check out The Pit if you have HBO Max, um, because it's a fantastic show. Anyway, I digress. So, on Thursday, I went ahead and did a little bit of my future planning because I knew Friday I wasn't gonna do any planning. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nope. In fact, I had to backfill a little bit on my planner today, which is Sunday, because I didn't have time to write in my planner all weekend, which I think is what it should be like when you're on a family trip. Um, Usually that's not really how me and my husband, travel and everything. We're usually pretty slow, and like we'll have a coffee shop day or morning at the coffee shop, and like I get to write and journal and stuff, and I love it. But when it comes to family, my family's definitely a little bit more go, go, go. And so we went quite a bit this weekend. So our original plan on Friday was that we were gonna go get pizza at this place called the Grateful Head. Definitely a good spot if you ever find yourself in Broken Bow. Grateful Head is a great pizza place. Um, but we wound up not doing that on Friday just because everybody got in so late. And so we decided to just cook at the cabin versus going out with the large group of people. Um, but 10 out of 10, Grateful Head, fantastic. Um, so And then, yeah, so I am so enamored with the pit that I actually wrote in that Thursday the new one released, and it releases at 8 p.m. our time, which is a tragedy because um well, I have my chat with my mom, and then I go to bed because I get up at 4 in the morning on weekdays. Um but I think Thursdays, I mean, Fridays, I'm just gonna have to be dying, honestly, because there's no way I'm missing it on Thursdays. Anyway, this is the close up. I'm very happy with how this turned out. Truly, like, I like it a lot. I hate that I didn't finish out Saturday and Sunday, so I might back plan that. But overall, I really enjoyed this. I love how it challenged me to be more creative in my planner. So I hope you enjoyed it too. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, think about subscribing, maybe giving me a like. Both of those are for free. Bye.